This one move by Captain Ibrahim Traoré is about to change everything for Burkina Faso, while also dealing a major blow to France and French financial institutions in Burkina Faso, which are draining the country by facilitating money laundering schemes for French companies exploiting the country's resources. Ibrahim Traoré has opened Burkina Faso's first state-owned bank. Captain Ibrahim Traoré described the bank as a symbol of Burkina Faso's economic and financial sovereignty. The new Treasury Deposit Bank could be the first step toward abandoning the neo-colonial CFA currency, which is keeping the country in debt. Before we continue, make sure you're following the African narrative. Also, like and share this video with your friends and family. Unlike most African leaders, Traoré continues to deliver on his promises. The Treasury Deposit Bank, known as Burkindlim, opened in Ouagadougou, the West African country's capital, according to a statement by Traoré on X. With integrity as its compass, this bank is a tool and a symbol of Burkina Faso's economic and financial sovereignty, Traoré stated. The bank is unprecedented in a nation that has experienced constant terror threats since 2015, which has led to the collapse of the economic and social-political sectors. According to Traoré, the bank will be closer to the people and will contribute to the country's socio-economic development by financing and structuring projects and programs in a more appropriate manner, free of exploitative and parasitic assistance from Western countries and organizations such as the International Monetary Fund and World Bank. The IMF and World Bank are well known for providing loans to African countries at exorbitant interest rates, as well as other harsh conditions. This is why Thomas Sankara never borrowed from the IMF or World Bank. Local funds provided the entire funding for Sankara's projects in Burkina Faso. Thomas Sankara warned at the 1987 Organization of African Unity Summit that if Burkina Faso were the only country refusing to pay its debts, he would not be able to attend another meeting. A few months later, he was assassinated in a French-backed coup for criticizing the neo-colonial and imperialist nature of African debt and calling for African unity and freedom. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the Burkina Faso strongman who led a successful coup in September 2022, has been working to help his country grow and break free from Western influence, neo-colonialism, and imperialism. As the leader of the junta, he invited public and private development organizations, as well as economic operators, to use this bank to help build a sovereign economy that would benefit the country's development. This is what Traoré has been working toward since seizing power in 2022. Despite gaining independence from France on August 5, 1960, Burkina Faso, like other former French colonies, remained under the parasitic influence of the French government. They quickly eliminated Thomas Sankara when he attempted to establish Burkina Faso as a sovereign state. There is no doubt that Ibrahim Traoré has taken a strong position against French policies. Since seizing power, many French companies and banks have left the country. They fear the uprising. The French-owned bank Société Générale, France's third-largest listed bank, has agreed to sell its Burkina Faso subsidiaries to the Pan-African banking group Vista Group. Vista Bank Group also bought BNP Paribas in Burkina Faso. In 2021, Burkina Faso ranked as France's sixth-largest trading partner in sub-Saharan Africa. There are approximately 50 French company subsidiaries in Burkina Faso. There are an estimated 70 French subsidiaries or interests in Burkina Faso. The hospitality and tourism industries employ approximately 50 French business people. France was the leading bilateral donor to Burkina Faso, which is one of France's 19 priority countries for development. On January 18, 2023, Traoré terminated the 2018 bilateral agreement on the status of French forces in Burkina Faso. On February 28, 2023, they also ended the 1961 agreement on technical military assistance. The safe and orderly French military withdrawal from Ouagadougou was concluded on February 19, 2023, in full openness and coordination with Burkina Faso transitional authorities. Ibrahim Traoré also removed French diplomats, accusing them of subversive activity. His government has also suspended French media outlets in the country for propagating false information in an attempt to destabilize the country. Niger, together with other ECO members, Burkina Faso and Mali, formed a military alliance known as the Sahel States Association in September 2023. 4 months later, the three declared their exit from the larger bloc, citing illegal, illegitimate, harsh, and unwise sanctions imposed following coups. Later, speculations surfaced of a probable break with the West African franc, the neo-colonial currency that has kept approximately 14 former French colonies in bondage. Captain Ibrahim Traoré stated that more changes may yet surprise people, and it is not just about currency. He promises to break the connections that keep his people in slavery. The establishment of this new bank will help Burkina Faso, as well as the juntas of Niger and Mali, maintain their financial and economic sovereignty. Traoré believes that a new currency will represent sovereignty. The three Sahel states are in the process of regaining complete sovereignty. They are tired of becoming France's cash cow. While there is no news on when or if the planned transition would occur, the desire to alter the currency appears to be not universal across the three countries. Yet the establishment of this new state-owned bank is the first move for Burkina Faso, which has broken away from ECOWAS. France established the CFA in 1945 as the currency for its African colonies. Indeed, the term CFA originally stood for Possessions Francs d'Afrique, which were French possessions in Africa. Because it controlled the currencies, comfort, and monetary policies, this system gave France tremendous economic and political clout over its African colonies. The colonies acquired independence in the 1960s and 1970s, but many clung to the currency, now known as Communal Financier African. For years, government officials who were puppets of France trumpeted the CFA as an instrument for achieving monetary stability and economic unity, improving overall economic performance. Then coups occurred, and anti-French feelings grew. Since 2020, there have been 6 successful coups in West Africa. The military seized control during a period of increasing insecurity in these countries. It then accused the French forces of not doing enough in their joint efforts to combat armed groups. As relations deteriorated and states in the region turned to new partners, such as Russia, calls to cut ties with France and establish a separate currency became louder. Burkina Faso's military officer, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, stated on Thursday that he has evidence of France orchestrating instability against his country, with help from Benin and Ivory Coast. Traoré expressed concern over the leader's policies in Benin and the High Free Coast. He stated that evidence will be disclosed that Benin is host to 2 French outposts aimed at Burkina Faso. He emphasized that they have proof, tracks have been laid, and the soldiers are equipped. After gaining control, the military violated military and bilateral agreements with France, accusing it of not only failing to combat terrorism, but also attempting to destabilize the country. Traoré claimed to have your recordings of French operatives in Benin who perform at terrorists' bases of operations, setting up operations with them and assisting them in self-sufficiency. Of course, France has refuted the charges. French puppets and CFA proponents argue that being linked to the euro provides a good inflation buffer. Given the economic situation in the Sahel, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger account for barely approximately 8% of the USD $761 billion GDP of ECOs. Under neo-colonialist French policies, the Central Bank of West African states was forced to deposit half of its foreign exchange reserves with the French Treasury, an arrangement that currency critics have long criticized as a humiliating tie to France. Without a doubt, Traoré is concerned about his people's well-being. Despite several attempts on his life, he pledged to liberate his people from France's clutches. He has revoked the gold and mining licenses of all Western firms in Burkina Faso. He has removed French diplomats and military personnel who claim to be assisting in the war against the country's Islamic rebels. He has contributed significantly to the improvement of people's lives by supporting numerous development projects. Traoré's new Treasury Bank will assist in financing Burkina Faso projects. It will facilitate local investment of public funds and counter-cyclical loans. What are your thoughts on Captain Traoré and his work in Burkina Faso? Please let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching The African Narrative, and I look forward to seeing you.